Okay, let's go.
He wants to jump
1,000 cars. Sir, you have 1,000 cars.
I don't think I'd attempt to try this stunt.
Or we owe this horsepower to Uncle Sam.
Too many cars.
Car.
Roses would be.
Like I put my beer belly on it.
If you can't immediately tell somebody how many cars you have,
you'll really give those uppity yuppies something to think about.
Stay on the bar. Don't go off the bar with your Bronco.
1980 Volvo horns, what's right? I want a man's coolant.
and he's like, "Oh, I thought it'd be small. It's for a small car." And I'm like, "Yeah, but it's still an automatic transmission. They're never going to be light."
It's definitely going to have to crash.
Starting off with Brad buying another car.
That's the West. Internet.
Is this a Nigerian oil print?
I also wish you drove a tan Camry.
Anyways,
Anyway,
that's a
horrible,
very
horrible podcast content.
very
Talking about a picture.
inside joke.
It loves to be driven hard.
We'll do auto off topic. What's up, Brad?
Not much, Andrew. What's going on with you?
Oh, just things. Sort of working on project car stuff. Kind of not working on project car stuff. It is what it is, right?
Yeah, 100%. I haven't touched a car. So there you go.
All right, podcast over. Bye.
Yeah, have a nice day. Been nice talking to you. Happy Friday, everybody who listens on Friday morning.
No, I did a little bit last weekend in the Volvo. We actually got rolled out of the garage. Clutch works. First and reverse work. At least that. The brake pedal stays firm. I swapped on the wheels I have with the tires. Those are interesting wheels. They're lug centric. Like the lugs have huge shoulders on them.
So they fit into the... Wait.
Yeah, they fit into the wheel. That's what centers the wheel is the lug. So it's got studs. It's not it doesn't have lug bolts. It's got studs, but the lugs have a super long, like 3-inch shoulder that goes into the wheel. And that's what supports the wheel.
So you have to buy wheels specifically designed for that?
No. The wheels are designed that way. They have special lugs that came with them when I bought these used wheels.
My brain has it backwards. So yes, you're correct. Yeah. For some reason, my brain was thinking of the studs, not the lugs, and I was very confused. But yes, I've dealt with many cars with lug-centric wheels. Okay.
I've never had them. That's first for me. Usually,
yeah, that's a standard style on older aftermarket wheels. Like a lot of 70s, 80s stuff is like that.
Because there's no hub for the wheel to ride on. So
yep.
And I actually had to take. Surprisingly, they were still in there. The screws that hold on the rotors to the hub were still in there, but they're not countersunk. So they stay proud of the face of the rotor, or the hub. So I was like trying to put the wheel on the first one. I was like, this is not sitting flat. This is weird. And I took it off and realized that it's like Phillips head screws were just sticking out. I was like, oh, well, you technically don't need those. So I took them out and then they sat flush. And on the steel wheels that were on there, somebody had the rear lugs on backwards on both rear wheels.
Yeah, that's odd.
So common.
Tapered.
Yeah, but it's so common that people do it. I don't know why. But not just one, all 5 on each wheel.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
You just decide to do it the other way, and it's not obvious, I guess. I don't know. I think it's obvious that the wheel has a cone to it. The lug nut has a matching cone.
Yeah.
Because otherwise the rear steel wheels are all galled up from the lugs being on there wrong, and eventually you can have lugs get loose that way. Yeah.
Yeah. So the other word sometimes that you'll hear for a lug-centric lug is a standard mag lug. Because that used to be the standard, like Krager, American Racing. They all use that style. Like the wheels on my Colt have that same style lug on them. And it's always just, when you buy them as a mag lug. And that's the terminology that I'm familiar with anyway.
See, I never dealt with that, so I didn't know that.
It's a
The
long,
more
deep shank, and there's no cone on it, but there's probably a built-in like washer,
there is, yep.
right? Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Same as the Colt.
A couple
The
of them are funky, so I'm gonna have to run a tap in them or something, or get new ones. So like a couple of wheels only have like 3 lugs on them, so enough to move it around the yard. But
yeah, you're not driving the car very far.
no, and so it's I think it's really at the point where it does just need to be driven to figure out what else it needs for
Yep.
the most part. Um, the rear brakes seem a little thin. I should order brakes for it. Fronts seem okay, but maybe I'll just do all 4 because whatever. I gotta bleed it
Yeah.
anyways.
You were showing
Um,
pictures of the caliper setup. It's pretty beefy brake setup for the car, it looks like.
yeah, it is. There are dual pistons in the front fixed caliper. So, which I think I've read that yeah, a lot of vintage racers of that era would steal the brakes off Volvos because they were uh, beefier.
Nice.
And then yeah, just tidy up under the dash and really just
How does the twin piston work? Does it have a crossover pipe?
yes,
Okay. So it's
yep,
probably very similar to the ones in the Mustang we just did.
yeah. I actually think it might be 4 in the front. It's twin in the rear, but yeah, I've got the temp sensor in there. So I've got the aftermarket temp gauge that was working great, right in the middle. Car is not running hot. It's perfect. I tried 2 different used clusters I got off eBay. One was very adamant that it was tested and working. Plugged them in, both gauges before I changed the aftermarket sensor. Both gauges are still dead. No fuel gauge, no temp gauge, nothing. It's kind of frustrating. Got to figure out that fuel gauge situation. So maybe the
Sure.
sender in the tank is no good.
I've
Um,
had good luck with senders in tanks by just dousing the whole thing in not Rustmort, the other one. Um yep. The name is casing right now, but the gel stuff that I've recommended in the past, it just dunked the whole sensor in there and it cleans it up. That's what I did for the Starion one. It works great now.
well, when you have a car that you can't get parts for, you can get senders for this car though. They're not
Fine.
very expensive. Yeah, this car actually has parts available for it, which is interesting. So,
Yeah, I keep forgetting that.
um,
I keep forgetting you're not working on a Mitsubishi, Andrew. This is a
yeah,
weird time in
yeah,
the
it's
podcast
nice.
history. Yeah.
It's nice to be able to just go, oh, there's a Volvo specialty parts supplier, and I can just get most everything from them. Um, it's yeah, I gotta look at and two, like one of the clusters lit up, and then I moved the bulbs over to my original cluster, and it doesn't light up. So I'm like, all right, I gotta figure that out. I might end up like switching the circuit boards in the back because it's like a printed circuit board, maybe. Because my original cluster is actually still in nicer shape than these other 2 that I got. So I'd rather use it because the lettering's brighter. It's got the chrome trim around it. So just one more little thing to figure out, I hope. Um, and then the car is hard to start too. So we got to figure out the jetting because everybody was like, take those cold start valves off because they leak gas. So you don't have those to work with. They're basically a tiny carburetor on the Webers that works like a choke. It's not really a choke. It's just a tiny internal carburetor for cold start.
Mhm.
But everybody's like, you don't need those. You can just pump it a couple times and then it'll fire off, and it doesn't really do that. So it's
I
kind of a
mean,
struggle to
how
get.
long does it take to fire up?
It is
This
very,
don't
very
don't
hard
forget
to
it's
start.
also your first carbureted car.
No, it is really hard to start. Much harder than it
Okay.
should be. Um, like several minutes of cranking to get it to start.
Yeah, that's not right.
So
In
um,
every carbureted car I've had, I mean, and every one's different. You learn the process. Like the white pickup truck, I get in that and I pump the gas 4 times, crank it for a few seconds, pump the gas 2 times, crank it again, and then usually put my foot to the floor and crank it. It fires right up. So, but that's just a process that truck has. Like every car has a different process.
yeah,
So
it seems to be pumping gas from the tank, but maybe the accelerator jets are not big enough. I don't know. Um, it's got a little stumble in the progression too. So it's again, it's like one of those things you just need to drive it to figure out what it
Sure.
needs for jetting
And now
at
you
this
have
point.
that O2 sensor in there too. You can really
It's
figure out exactly what's going on.
yeah, it's idling really well at a really good mixture, but yeah, trying to get it start is a bit of a struggle. So to figure that out. And plus I'm waiting on the other filter, which is annoying. Air filter. But it's mostly there. It's a lot farther along than it was last summer. So
I
just
mean, I
like
saw pictures of it rolled outside the garage, which is huge.
yeah, I just got that project fatigue. I'm just not kind of over it. But
I feel you. What I tell you, 2 weeks ago, I figured out the exhaust leak on the Starion. Guess who hasn't fixed it? So I get it.
yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta take a break. You gotta step back and do some other things and not deal with that one thing. Like I haven't fixed the air conditioning again because that freon all leaked out, and I haven't fixed that exhaust leak that I found. So it's what it is. Car's
Hmm.
not going anywhere. There's no deadline. Like we always say, you don't need it for work on Monday, so you'll be fine.
Yeah. Um so I was like, well, I'm not going to make it to the Marblehead cruising with that. So I'm going to take the Galant again because I haven't fixed the G20 yet. Um so the Galant last like year and a half has been having trouble with the coolant temp sensors for whatever reason. I don't understand yet. Um, I got a brand new one. It's Facet. I got it from Rock Auto. Because strangely they don't even sell the NTKs anymore. I bought like the last ones they had. So I had a brand new NTK in a box and a brand new Facet in the box. And I took my meter and hot water and the thermometer from the kitchen, and I had them both in 180-degree water, looking at the according to the source manual what the resistances should be. And the Facet one was closer and more accurate seeming than the NTK one. And then to get to like 32 degrees, I just put them each on an ice cube, and the resistance goes up when they're cold. And the NTK one got to the point where it's supposed to, and then kept getting higher. I was like, that's not good. And the Facet one got to where it should be and stabilized. So I was like, well, I guess the NTKs are crap. I don't know. It's kind of annoying because I thought those were the factory ones, and I think the factory one's not made anymore. Because I would have bought an OEM one. I should double check. I know the knock sensors are no longer made, so that's annoying. But I was like, well, 9 times out of 10, it's these sensors. And the last time I swapped it, I put a new connector on it because I just had spade connectors and they seemed kind of loose. So I was like, I'll put a new pigtail connector on it. I bought it from I forget where it is. There's some guy that does all the Mitsubishi pigtails. And I am 99% sure that I did not switch the wires because I was paying attention to it and I got the wires correct on it. Swapped it out because I've done it multiple times now. It only takes like 5 minutes for me to do it, and I don't lose much coolant.
It's a
So I
very easy
swapped it
swap.
out. Yeah, I swapped it out. Started the car up. Before the car was even up to temp, the idle came down to 800 where it should be. Once it figured out that it just started and like got the mixture right, I was like, sweet, that was it. Uh, so I let it idle for a little bit. It was great for like 10 minutes. Come back later, gonna go to the car show, driving over through Salem, almost through Marblehead. Car's running great. I'm like, this car is running better than it's run in a year and a half. It's like not super high idle because the thing that drives me crazy, it's too because it has a louder exhaust, is that it when the temp sensor is bad, it defaults it just says, okay, the engine is hot, and I'm just going to assume it's hot. And so it just defaults to running a high idle to protect itself. It's super annoying because it's like 1500, 1200 RPM. It's just idling super high.
Sure.
So then it's driving great. It's idling low and at stoplights and stuff and like perfect.
Get halfway over there, the check engine light comes back on. Like, well, I don't have the laptop to check it, but I'm like, it's probably the sensor. So I haven't checked it yet. I'm assuming that's what it's for because uh, suddenly the idle comes up. It's like 1200 again. Ugh. But it's otherwise running really, really well. It's just like really confusing that these temp sensors are dying like instantly.
So it
And
makes you
then,
wonder if there's a short somewhere in that harness.
yeah, out of nowhere. I don't know. It's weird. And then last night I took it to the drift track. I pull out the driveway uh, and literally get down the street like 4 houses and the light comes on. I'm like, all right. And so it's like definitely bad. Like something's wrong.
Yep.
And then I went to get gas in it and it almost wouldn't restart. Like, so it's super
And
hard to cold
that's
start, super hard to hot start. It's like,
and those are both usually a dead indicator of a temp sensor. So
it's insanely frustrating because it, like we've talked about a bunch of times on these Mitsubishis, it makes the cars almost undrivable.
yeah,
Super
I
annoying.
mean, it was only 2 months ago I was fighting with the temp sensors in the stereo. So and it's the same part number, so it's not like it's
Yeah,
a unique experience. And I wound up the one I wound up going with was the AutoZone brand, whatever that brand is, Duralast or whatever. It's the one that had the closest readings to what it was supposed to be, and
that's what I.
the NTK one that I bought wouldn't even properly sit in there because the threads weren't long enough.
That's
So
weird because the NTK one I have is identical to the other one I
I
got.
I have to wonder if mine was misboxed
It must have been.
because it threaded in, but it didn't have enough threads to seat, so it just would leak.
Yeah.
So
I even the one that I took out of there, I had a decent amount of PTFE tape, Teflon tape on there.
mhm,
I actually left this one, the first like half of the threads are just raw threads, and I just put it at the top so that it makes sure that even though it's 2 wires, make sure that if it needed to ground, it is grounding.
right.
It's still messed up. So
Yeah, I don't think it needs to ground because it's a two-wire sensor, so I
yeah,
don't think that plugging it in makes the ground. And mine has PTFE tape on it, and it works fine. And it has like I used that. I had a whole roll of the. It's kind of like extra thick, and it's petroleum resilient or resistant.
yeah,
It's the yellow PTFE tape.
yeah,
So and mine works with that on it. So and it's doused. It's covered.
yeah.
So
See the one on the Volvo is a single wire, so it has to ground through the block. So I made
that's
sure on
only
that.
that's because it's only for the sensor. I mean, for the lamp,
Yeah, exactly.
sense the the word I'm looking for, gauge. Thank you.
Only for the gauge. So that's the
Which is
other
the
thing.
same in the Mitsubishis because the Mitsubishi ones have two sensors, one for the computer and one for the gauge, and the gauge
Yeah,
is the single wire.
single wire. So the
Yeah.
gauge is perfect. It's actually it's not even the middle. It's to the left of the middle. It's actually cool. Like the car is not running hot. It's running cool. Like it's nice
I
and
mean,
cool.
it's Swedish, so I'm not surprised it's to the left. It's very progressive.
No, I'm talking about the Mitsubishi.
Oh,
And yeah, I've got it was 85. It's probably 85 when we left for the show last night. Pretty humid, and car's running not hot at all. It's like right where it should be. I mean, I've got
yeah,
that
the
big
cars
aluminum
always
radiator in
run.
there.
Yeah, the cars always run good temperatures. I
Well,
remember
for a
driving it all the way
while,
to Atlanta.
yeah, but there was a while in like 21, 22, it was running hot. It was being weird. And then, but it could have been this coolant temp sensor being weird. It wasn't until recently it actually started giving me check engine lights for it. It's just very strange.
Well, the interesting thing
So
with the coolant temp sensor, though, is that it's not going to affect the actual running of the engine because the thermostat is mechanical and the
no, it does affect the running of the engine because it
oh, the
affects the
fan.
mixture.
Yeah, yeah.
No, it affects the mixture. That's
Oh,
how
that's
the
true
fuel
too.
injection
Yeah,
works.
yeah, yeah.
That's the
I'm,
that's
I'm
the issue.
let me rephrase that. It's going to affect the running of the engine. It's not
Yeah.
going to affect the temperature of the engine much unless
No.
it's really running poorly.
Yeah.
So
No.
that's what I meant to say. Excuse me.
Yeah. It messes up the mixture. And like I said, the computer doesn't know what it should be. So it defaults to just, okay, we're going to go to fail safe mode and it runs a higher RPM to
But the
A to just
but the
to circulate more coolant.
fans, right? But the fans run off of the other temp sensor, correct? Or they run off that one?
I think they run off that one.
Okay. I don't know for a
Or
fact.
no, I'm sorry, they do not. That has a temp sensor that is in the radiator. That is another temp
Okay.
sensor. Yeah. Now I'm remembering it again because I've swapped that fan a couple times because at one point it stopped working. So I have a new one in there. And yes, that runs off there's a temp sensor in the bottom of the radiator.
So the 2-wire one in the when you're talking about right now is just for the ECU.
Yeah, it's in the gooseneck with the thermostat. It's just for the ECU. That's
Which
all
is
it
the same
does.
place in a Stereon.
Yep, is to tell the fuel injection how hot the engine is to adjust the mixture.
Okay.
So if it's cold, it gives you more fuel. If it's hot, it gives you less fuel to start because you need less.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And
So
now it does whatever it wants. So
yeah. So just being annoying. So now the next steps there is in the factory service manual, it tells you how much voltage you should have at the back of the connector at certain temperatures. I'm gonna have to back probe that connector, check that. I'm gonna have to pull the ECU down from the passenger side firewall area and actually like disconnect everything and trace the wires and see if they have like some silly high resistance or something. So yeah, it's just gonna take like a few hours of probing things, and it's just annoying. That's all. But
all car
old
life.
cars, yeah, exactly.
And if you have a Mitsubishi, you should probably have some spare temp sensors in your glove box.
Yeah,
It's just one of those failure points. It won't leave you stranded. It'll just leave you annoyed.
yeah. And then you know we set up. I want to fix the brakes on my mom's Beetle. We're gonna set it up on the lift. It was hot outside. I go to move it. I go to roll the window down, and I literally went to turn the crank, and it literally just broke off my hand. It's like, cool. I love that. Like,
I love
wasn't
that for
even
you.
like these old cars just being cranky. Literally,
Not
crank.
cranky.
Yeah, lack of crank broke off.
Lack of cranky. Cranky crank. Well, that sucks. But at least, again, much like the Volvo, is an easy car to get parts for. So
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's $10 for a handle,
yeah,
but it's just
yeah.
annoying.
If it's more than 20, I'd be shocked.
Yeah, it's just that like old '70s pot metal, and it just fell off my hand.
Oh, the car is 50 years old, so we'll cut some slack.
Unacceptable. How dare that crank window break?
But it couldn't have warranty claim.
Yeah, they don't build them like they used to.
I think the crank windows in my new Beetle don't last that long.
Yeah. Uh, so that's all my project car updates, down
Yeah,
dates, updates,
I was hoping I was
stasis.
gonna have a surprise. Go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted you like a jerk.
No, I said down dates, updates, stasis.
Well, I'm at stasis. I thought I was gonna have a surprise like last time and be like, "Oh yeah, I did this. Oh yeah, I did that." But I was like racking my brain to what I've done in the past week since the last recording, and it's all been in 1/10 scale. So I have not actually done anything. Um, there was a baby in the family born, and there's been NBA Finals basketball going on, and I've been building an RC drift car, and it's been 110 degrees, so I just haven't done anything. That's about
Oh,
where we're at.
that's
So
fair.
yeah, I really needed a week of no car stuff just because I've been going strong since end of last year to get the Starion ready and working on the Starion, and then helping Naomi here and there with the Mustang and other stuff I've been doing. So the only project car stuff I have, and this is I guess tangentially project car related, but I did promise it last week that by recording this week, the Merkur would be live for sale on Cars and Bids, and it is. So as of I think it was around 11 a.m. this morning, 11 a.m. Pacific time this morning, the
It
car
is.
went live.
It is
So
live. So if you want a Merkur, go bid on it.
bid now, bid often. Um, I guess bid as much as you're comfortable paying is what I should say. The car's been up for a day. Um, some quick stats. It is currently sitting at $3,100 already. So
Oh,
that's
I checked it like
hey,
an hour ago. and it wasn't at that high yet.
Yep, it's a no reserve auction, so the highest bid will take it. So if it gets no more bids between now and next Thursday, then $3,100 is the price. I genuinely hope that's not the case. I need a few more to break even, but we'll see what happens. So a few more, a lot more. That is what it is. But there's 874 people have watched it, or have seen it. 101 have actively clicked watching it. So, and there's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bids already in the first, I don't know, 6 hours. So, a bunch of comments, getting some activity, and we'll see what happens. But there's a couple hundred pictures or so, maybe 190 pictures, and 5 or 6 videos if you go down the listing. It's a cold start video and some driving videos from inside and outside the car. Big thanks to Naomi for helping me film those. But I'm excited, excitedly nervous. I've never personally sold a car on auction. I've been involved with a few, and I know that we talked about when you sold your Infinity on auction. I helped our friend sell his 65, 66 Mustang on auction a few years ago. So, and obviously, I worked for one of the online auction companies for quite a few years, so I'm not unfamiliar with it. Just it's always one of those things that when you're selling your own thing, you get a little bit extra nervous, especially because I went no reserve. So, if you want one, go bid on it. For your sake, I hope it's cheap. For my sake, I hope it's not. So, but if it
Yeah.
were to end tomorrow, it would be $3,100.
No, I think you'll do
Yeesh.
all right.
I think so. I mean, to get to that number on day one, I think is probably a good sign.
I bet I'm gonna say 10-2.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I was I was going to guess. No, I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to put numbers out there.
All right.
It's not far off from that number as I was thinking or hoping, I guess. But I guess we'll see.
I also, because I know it took you about a month to get it all through the process, right? It
Mm,
does take a while. It took a while to get my queue up. So I actually did for bring a trailer, because I have titles in hand now for the other cars that belong to my grandfather. I submitted the 2008 Cadillac so I can get on,
okay.
because I don't want that car hanging around, because it's just, one,
It's
it's
too
in the
nice.
way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Two, it's too nice and I don't want something to happen to it. I want it
Yep.
out of here.
Yeah. The
Um,
longer it sits, the more chance of something bad happening. So let's get rid of it.
yeah. Um, so yeah, hopefully they accept that, and then uh I can actually talk to a human about it, because it was they ask you all the information, and they asked for a picture of the title, and basically I put like a little short blurb. It's like, I'm selling this for the estate. Like, I can just explain more of it via email. I have all the paperwork that says I can sell it. So,
Yeah.
because it's like, not, my name is not the same. We don't have the same last name. So,
Right. It took me, I don't know, it was 3 or 4 emails in before I got to a person. Um,
yeah,
but
I'm
that was
sure.
better than the Haggerty one where I never got to a person,
Yeah.
which is why I didn't go with Haggerty. So
Yeah.
my auction guy's Cody Kilgore, I think his last name is. Um, so he's actually a human person with a name. So that's
Yeah.
good.
Plus, I want
Yeah.
to, I gotta figure out when I can have a chance to get pictures of it, and we'll be out visiting you guys in a week, so I'll have to deal with it when I come back. But I wanted to at least get it submitted and started.
Get the process started. Yeah, mine took probably about a month. Some of that was my own doing. Um, I didn't have all the pictures they requested, even though I thought I did. And I'd add pictures, add this, and then there was a conversation about the mileage,
Yep.
which I'll say on here. I'm sure I'll have to deal with it on there. The title says 83 or 84,000, and the car is 83,000. Um, but there was just a clerical error. If you look at the original title, it had like 81 or 82,000 on it, and I've driven it 1,000 to 2,000 miles. And then, but whoever entered my title information at the MVD when I registered the car, must have flipped numbers around because they registered as 84,000. So it screwed everything up, but it's listed as the 84,000 because that's on the title. So
Yeah.
it's not a big deal at the end of the day. It's just an annoying mistake that somebody made and I didn't catch. So
Yeah, I
that's what
guess,
it is.
yeah. I mean, it's only 1,000 more than if somebody just drives it, then it doesn't matter. Like,
Oh, well, 100%. It won't matter in the future, but it's one of those things that somebody will look at and be like, how come it says that when you bought it 3 years ago, it had 84,000 and now it has 83,000? What games are you playing? And it's like, I'm not playing any games. I'm just, somebody made a mistake. And in order to get that fixed, it requires way more work and time than I want to put into it. So,
yeah,
and again, we're talking about, a car that's less than $20,000. We're not talking about a blue chip collectible car here. So it is what it is. I'm not gonna
exactly.
I'm not gonna stress over it. I can explain it away. It's a reasonable explanation. Everything lines up with the Carfax otherwise, so it'll be a blip on the radar in the future. But I'm genuinely excited. I'm happy to have it in a condition where I'm comfortable selling it, and I'm excited to see who winds up with it and what happens with it. So it's the kind of car that I'm not nervous about selling as far as like somebody's going to buy it and ruin it. I feel like it's the kind of car that somebody who has a small collection will probably put in their small collection. So we'll see what happens. And it's going to open up cash flow for some very exciting things that will be coming down the pike and will be excellent, excellent, excellent auto off topic content for years to come, I think. So you know what it is, but I'm holding back on most people. So we shall see. Actually, there's two things, but that's beside the point.
Actually, so if anybody locally wants a project car S70 Volvo, have I got it for you? I'll give you a good deal.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And by project car is a very loose term here. The guy runs and drives fine.
Oh yeah, it runs and drives fine. It needs tires and maybe a
Just
power
needs
steering
maintenance.
pump. Yeah,
Yeah.
some maintenance. And I'm just
What
not
is the
gonna.
what,
We're
what
not
is
gonna do
the
that.
asking price on that car, sir?
I was gonna put it up for like $2,500 and see what people offer me. I feel
Does
like
that
that's a
hold
fair.
AC?
Yeah, it should work. Yeah, I believe it still works. It's got a
That's a
door check that's broken because the
common.
sheet metal is ripped, so that can't be fixed
It
easily.
can be. You just got to weld in a little section.
That's not easily fixed for most people. Um, so it's
What
probably
door is
worth.
it?
It's the driver's side door, the one that gets used the most.
Okay.
It's got the mismatch ish passenger's driver's side rear door because it got hit there and we just swapped the door. Had no other damage other than the door. It got hit while parked, hit and run. It was annoying. So,
And that's
but
a
yeah,
5-cylinder non-turbo automatic.
5-cylinder non-turbo automatic.
It's a good car.
Great winter car for someone around here.
Yeah, that car will run forever. So,
Yes, those were so like you had you had the 140, which was like 66 to 74. Then you had the 240, which was like 74 to 93, which is crazy. Um, and then there's a small overlap during 93 when they came out with those 850s, which I forget what the chassis code is for them. But the 850 ran from 93 to 97. And then these S70s ran from 98 to 04, maybe, or 03. And they're all the same platform as an 850 through an S70 is the same. It just got facelifted in 98 to a more rounded body style.
Was it P something? P50, P60? That was the chassis code.
P80 maybe.
P something. I don't remember.
But they put a lot of effort into them.
991.2? No.
Yeah. They put a lot of effort into them and they're like a really well built car.
Oh, they're great cars. If that car was a manual transmission car, I would be telling you not to sell it, and I would buy it when I sell the Merkur and just drive it.
Yeah.
So,
If I needed a winter beater for some reason, which I don't, I would use it.
yep.
But yeah.
No, it's an excellent car. And your grandfather maintained the crap out of it over the years on top of it. So
It's a 2000 with 70. There's like 75 or 77,000 miles on it, if that.
yeah, it's good. It's a good car.
Yeah,
For sure.
he owned it since new. I was like, I kind of forgot that he bought it new because I like opened the title and the title has the mileage on the odometer when the car was sold, and it was like
5.
28 miles. I was like, okay.
Okay.
I was like, oh yeah. Purchased December 18th, 2000.
From Stutz.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yep. From the local Volvo dealer here.
Local Volvo lore.
Yeah. He had let's see. Actually, my parents had a early 240 that they sold to him. That was yellow. That thing rotted away eventually. He replaced that in the late 80s with a used 740, an 86 740 from Stutz.
Which became your first car.
Yep. Because he replaced that in the year 2000 with this S70. Because at the time, my dad worked for a company called Prevo, whose parent company was Volvo. So they gave employee deals on family deals on
Sure.
Volvo. So
Volvos.
they bought it at a really good price back in the day.
Yeah, that's probably why your mom had that 850 GLT wagon too.
It is. Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then
There's
he had
always a
that.
family of Volvos. So
Yeah. And he had that till he drove it right up until he got sick and then he passed away. So,
yeah, it's a good car. So anyways, yeah, that's it. I have no real updates on car stuff, Andrew, other than I have a car for sale. But
yeah.
I have been going hard in the paint on RC stuff.
Yeah.
So I actually finally, after being lost in Colorado for a week and a half, just got my box of goodies today to finish my drift car. Because I think the plan is you're going to bring your drift car with you when you come here, and we're going to go to a couple of drift tracks. So I
Yep.
need to get mine done. So as soon as we're done recording, I'm going to take this box of parts outside and start installing electronics because I finished the chassis for my Yokomo RD 2.0 Drift RC car. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I must say, they are very neat chassis because they are quite literally just a scaled down real car. A lot of the suspension parts are very similar. It's a combination of like very modern things and very old things on real cars combined into one toy car.
Yeah.
So like I was showing Naomi like the whole front suspension and steering setup because it's like lifted directly out of her 68 Mustang that she just put together. Like upper and lower control arms, knuckle in the middle, inner and outer tie rods, and a center link. Like it's very much car. So that was super neat to put that together and just kind of go through it. And after years of building the Tamiya cars, which are wonderful, but they're not as prototypical to a real car. And this is very much real car style. So it was very neat to build, and I'm very excited to get it done and driving. So hopefully soon.
Well,
Might need
like
both.
a Tamiya chassis feels like it has more plastic. There's more stuff to it. Like
Sure.
and these are more like stripped down, purposeful, just for drifting. So
Yeah, it's very simple, but also somehow more complicated. So
yeah.
I do like that the entire thing is put together with like 1.5 and 2 millimeter
Yes. The hex
yeah,
heads.
hex head hardware. There's no Phillips head
Yeah.
hardware in the whole car.
Yeah,
That's super cool.
that's modern, and that's the number one complaint that most people have now of Tamiya stuff in 2026 is like, why don't they just switch to hex head stuff? Because you can have
Yeah.
self tappers with hex heads. So
Yeah, it's
does
so
it?
much easier to put everything together. Nothing
Yeah.
stripping. There's no issues with anything. It's just an easier build. So I enjoyed that a lot. I also enjoyed that it comes with or came with adjustable turnbuckles for all of the control arms.
Everything on that kit is
Um,
adjustable out of the box, which is nice. Even though it's all
yeah,
plastic, everything is adjustable.
yeah.
Um,
No, it's super cool.
you can do a lot with that without even buying any mods for it. In fact,
Yeah,
I
well, I noticed that
recommend.
there's multiple different holes for mounting the shocks and mounting the different
Oh yeah,
parts for different, steering angles and Ackerman and camber and all kinds of stuff. And then even the coil, the shocks are little adjustable coilovers that you can adjust the ride height with. So super neat.
you can adjust the ride height and the preload a little bit.
And the
So
preload, yeah.
yeah, I'll bring my little alignment rack and my scales, and we'll set you up. But I haven't messed with any of the. I haven't moved the shock locations at all in that car. It's all the stock stuff. The only thing I've messed with is the alignment. I've changed front rear camber and front rear and the front toe. The rear toe is fixed. You can adjust it, but you just run the factory setting is pretty much spot on because it's like -1 or -1.5, which you really don't want more than that for the
Yeah,
rear.
no, it's super neat. It's been super fun to build, and it was a very satisfying build. Like, I wouldn't recommend it for your first RC car build, just because some things that you might like stumble on. You'd probably be fine if you have some mechanical experience. But having built, a bunch of Tamiya cars over the past few years, it was pretty easy to build. So I enjoyed it. And I'm going to enjoy the rest of it because now I get to the fun part of building and detailing the body and setting up the electronics and making it work. So,
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I was running mine last night. I'm not gonna mess with it because I'm gonna take it out there. I was like, not making any adjustments. It's running fine. Just gonna run it as is. I've got some different. I've got a different gyro and servo setup I want to try, but I'm not gonna try it yet. And I've just been messing with the other stuff, the MBO1 conversion with the Eagle Racing stuff. It needs to be a little bit softer in the suspension, but and I painted up the body, which is a NA Miata, which is pretty cool. And I was corrected that color I used a metal flake. Uh, it's basically like a base coat, top coat. It's weird because you're painting the inside of the plastic
yeah, you're
body.
doing the reverse order. It would be a clear with flake in it if you're doing a normal car, but since you're doing
Yeah,
a RC body, which is clear, it's clear with flake in it, but it goes on the inside first.
I missed. There's a little apostrophe on it. I was corrected last night. It's not lame flake. It's lame flake.
Lame, yeah.
Yeah, which I think is an old. Is that an old hot rodding term? Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just assumed
Um,
lame was how it was pronounced.
I missed. I didn't see the apostrophe in there. So curious. Lame. Well, mostly it's written incorrectly without it. It's just written lame spray.
Yeah, it's called lame. Yeah, every look at it.
Even Tammy USA,
Um,
lame spray.
yeah, I'm not gonna do that on mine. I'm gonna do a very simple paint job for mine because I've not painted beyond the black buggy body for the Hornet. I haven't painted an RC body in a long time. So I'm just going to do a simple paint job, but I picked up a first gen Celica notchback body to do on mine. So I have the Tamiya, is it mustard yellow or camel yellow? It's like a dark 70s yellow. I think will look super nice on an old Celica. So that's my plan later tonight is to trim his body up and get it ready for paint.
Yeah.
Quite excited.
Yeah, I backed it with Brilliant Blue, which I realize now that I see them on the shelf is the same as the Blockhead buggy, the Hotshot 2. It's the same color. I didn't realize it.
That's okay.
And then just like 2 coats of blue and 2 coats of white. And it's actually one of my better paint jobs already. So pretty happy with that.
Excellent. Yeah, I have white to back the yellow with, so
Yeah,
that's
that's definitely
probably the correct
key.
color.
Yeah, white for lighter colors, or if you want to make the yellow look darker, then use black. So basically, the way because you're painting these, you can kind of control the way the paint looks at the end by picking your backing color. Like
Oh,
the 180 I did, it's red, but I backed it with black, so the red looks much darker. Like it looks like more like a 90s Nissan
burgundy.
red. Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll take some of the scrap plastic from cutting the wheel wells out and try it both ways and see which one looks better.
Hmm. Yeah.
So 'cause I have a can of black as well. So it's funny. I actually bought this paint to do the Bronco for the off-road truck, but I think it'll look good on this car too. So I'll just
Hmm.
do it this way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm
So
excited. I'm excited to get it done. I'm excited to get some laps in, and I'm excited to have you come out here and help me set it up and try some drift tracks. 'Cause I have not done it here yet. I've only still run that drift course that one night with you when I was in Massachusetts, so
yeah.
I'm very inexperienced.
So that like the RX-7, the yellow RX-7 I've done, that was backed with white over the yellow, so that make the yellow really bright. And then the green GR86 I have on my RD car is backed with black to make it look a little darker. So, and I'm curious to see how the thinner Kyosho line tape looks in your car because I have the point 0.7. You said you had to get the point 0.5.
9.5, yep. Point
Yeah,
7
that
is NLA.
no longer available. Really?
That from what it looks like, yeah.
Oh, I bought
Yeah.
2 rolls of it. Maybe I bought the last 2. Weird.
And the brand I bought is not Kyosho because Kyosho's next size they had was point 0.3. But ABC Hobby has the point 0.5.
Oh, interesting. All right, I'm
So
curious to see how that looks.
I
That might
think it was ABC Hobby.
because I feel like the point 0.7 looks a little thick sometimes, but other times it looks really good. I don't know. Most
Yeah, we'll
people are
see.
like, "Whoa, your cars look really good." I'm like, "Oh, thank you." It definitely helps to add the lines. Like it definitely adds some depth.
I think that having a background in static model car building is helpful in the situation.
Yeah, because it's
So
I mean I get it. A lot of guys will just spray the body, maybe throw the decals on it, if that, and then it just kind of or they'll just run it, and it like definitely lacks some depth. So
and if that's what you're into, great. But we're into it because we like the scale aspect of it. So we want it to be more scale. Um, anyway, so that's going on. NASCAR, real quick. Did you watch the race last week?
yeah, I mean I was busy working on stuff, so I kind of fast forwarded through most of the stages, but caught a good majority of it. Um, I mean, again, apparently Hamlin just likes to go to the back to win the race. Like,
Yeah, apparently.
what?
Just rents and repeat from the week before.
Yeah,
Wild.
and now this week's Pocono, which is kind of crazy. They're in Pocono, and then they're going to be in San Diego, which seems wild. Like,
Yep.
why not do a race that's a little closer in between?
Well,
Um,
because Michigan to Pocono is not too far.
no, um, and it's one of Hamlin's better tracks is Pocono, so we'll
Oh, for
see how
sure.
this goes. Because
Yeah.
the Toyotas again have been really really fast. Um, and I don't know. I'm trying to think of like some notable stuff here. It's
Michigan was
funny.
another wreck fest. Like
It
it was
was
crazy amount of crashes.
a very fast track. Uh, I mean, that early wreck. I mean, Connor Zilch, like man, like
Yeah, he just
first
spun
9
every
laps
six
spun
laps.
twice.
Yeah.
Oh man, and then like the first spin, it was like all right, and the second spin, he just wrecked the car. You're like, dude.
Yeah.
Um, and then I think not
He'll
too
be
long
second
after
place
the
next week because he does road
yeah,
courses.
yeah, and I think not too long after that was the wreck. Maybe it was the restart for his stuff. I don't know. I can't remember. There were so many wrecks, but
One that everybody blamed on Hocevar, but really looks like it probably is more of a racing incident or Larson's
it
fault.
was Larson checking up. I think
Yeah,
they
for
explained
sure.
it. It looks like they were trying to let Chase get in front of him, and he checked up the bottom row, which it's like if you're 3 or 4 cars back and the green flag drops and your spotter's like go go go, of course you're gonna go right. That's a
Yep.
race. Like why aren't you going fast? That's why
Yep.
Hostfire was like, did somebody miss a shift? And I don't think even if he had contact with, I think was it John Henry Nemechek in front of him was the 43.
I don't remember who he hit, but I
I
do know
I
that he
don't
hit
think
them.
I don't think he really turned him. I think he just brushed him, and I think the car getting in the car that was in front of Hostfire getting in the car in front of him is what made him turn.
My
And I
guess
thought
is what turned him is because Hocevar saw the car slowing down. He made a dive to the bottom. The car slowed down more than he expected. He tapped the back bumper of the car in front of him while that car was probably accelerating. And then the car was accelerating and then came off the gas, which already upset the car. So a tiny little brush from the back probably did spin him. Not Hocevar's fault,
Not at all.
Even though
Not
Hocevar's car, I think, did cause it, but I wouldn't blame it on Hocevar because
no.
he was just a victim of
Not
circumstance.
like everybody that was doing it. Everybody was blaming him like he like drove through everyone. It's like, no, he didn't drive through everyone. Everybody
Yeah,
slowed down for some reason. What do
yeah, it
you
was a
want?
racing incident for sure, but I think it was
You're
caused by Larson slowing down.
if you're 4 cars back, you cannot see in those
No,
cars. You cannot see beyond the car in front of you.
yeah, put
That's why you
yourself
have
in
spotters.
traffic. Put yourself in traffic in an identical car, and then put your bumper on their bumper, and then see how many cars ahead you can see.
Yeah, and the green flag drops and you're in a race. What do? You go fast.
Yeah, and
You're
bumping off
expecting
a restart is normal.
and you're expecting yeah, doing a little push and you're expecting other people to go fast. You're in a race.
Yes.
And when you don't, okay, weird. So
Yep.
I
Yeah,
definitely
it's
thought he
interesting.
got
They tried to find audio from either the 9 or the 5 to see if that was like a planned move, but if it was, they didn't say anything obvious. So
no.
even though it probably was.
It
And
was weird.
then there was another crash later in the race, which was insanely wild. When Chase Elliott's car got a little bit loose and he chased up the track and he hit the side of Christopher Bell's car and just Christopher Bell hit the wall at a speed that was incredibly dangerous. And if it was 20 years ago, he'd be dead. So
100%. That
amazing,
was
amazing impact.
and even what they've looked at afterwards, the telemetry, that was the hardest hit they've ever had in a next gen car.
Yeah. Yeah. It
So,
was frightening.
because it was he got bumped and so the 9 sent him into the wall and then the 9 chased him up and hit him again.
Yeah.
And that's what they were like, that's the dangerous part. Like the first hit, the car takes it all. But the second hit, all the absorption is gone.
Yep.
Yeah, that was scary. And I guess he fractured his wrist. So,
Okay.
but he's cleared for Pocono to drive.
And obviously, Chase Elliott felt bad about the situation. It was
He
obviously a
did, and
mistake,
he
and immediately walked over to his car and gave him a hug and apologized. But
it was not intentional. It was like you can't. It was very much that was very much an accident. It was the car got away from Chase, and
yep.
he just, uh, Bell unfortunately was on the outside of him.
Yeah,
Maybe if he
he
wasn't
moved as much
there,
as he could. Yeah.
maybe Chase could have caught it, but otherwise, maybe Chase would have gone nose into the wall or backed into the wall. But
And other than that, Hamlin decided to make the end of the race boring, I guess.
he just like the long run was incredible.
He won by 11 seconds.
Yeah.
Like,
Because so he did pole, he qualified on the pole, but then there's some sort of repairs they had to do, and that's why he had to start from the back again. It wasn't he
I
didn't
think he
jump the
needed
start.
a new transmission or something had to be replaced, or either
Yeah.
transmission or steering gear. One or the other had to be replaced.
Check that transmission. Something going on with that.
Yeah. Yeah, illegal final drive.
Yeah.
But
But,
nonetheless, an 11-second victory is pretty much unheard of. So
yeah. Well, he knows he's gonna get smoked on the road course, so he's trying to pack on some points.
I
Because
mean,
that
he
was the other
cut
thing. Yeah. Well, yeah, because Riddick got wrecked in that uh, you know, Elliott
big crash.
Hocevar
Yep.
or
Hocevar
Larson
deal.
Hocevar mess up or whatever. So
Yeah, he
yeah,
cut
cut his
the
lead.
points to 50 points, about 50 points or so.
Yeah.
So, which is still nothing to sneeze at, but it was a 100-point lead before the race.
hmm But
So,
we'll see because Reddick's been better on road courses.
sure.
And then you've got, I know SVG was hoping to have a better result than crashing out, so he can keep his points going because he was currently in the top 16. I don't know if he still is.
I think he's
Uh,
just out now.
yeah. So hopefully they do well at Pocono and he'll have a shot at winning it at San Diego. So that should be interesting. We'll see. I'm excited to check that out.
Shane is in 14th, so he's still in the top
Okay.
16.
Still in there.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, you know what was crazy at the beginning of this race? That Tyler Reddick won his first stage of the entire year. I didn't
Yeah,
realize
he had
that was a
like
weird
5
fact.
wins. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess they don't count the last stage as a stage win. It's a race win. So
Right.
weird.
Yeah. I was also unaware of that.
Yeah.
But it means
And,
at least you got some points.
Yeah. But
You got
it's
some
interesting
points.
how far off like the two other Trackhouse cars have fallen and the two other Hendrick cars. Like, and as far as like Chevys, it's really just like it's been like Elliott, Larson, the Spire cars, and then all the Toyotas are doing really well. Even the legacy cars are actually running well. So,
yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, I think the 43 finished second.
Yeah. Better check
wild.
them Toyotas for illegal motors.
Yeah. The 43 finished second, which is Eric Jones. Yes.
Pretty sure.
And then
Usually a
Wallace
backmarker.
finished Wallace finished third. So
Yeah.
it was good. That was good result for, well, other than Tyler crashing out, it was a good result for 2311. So anyway.
Another
Sweet.
successful Ty Gibbs hate watch.
Yes. Yeah, if you do watch NASCAR at all and you don't follow the NASCAR memes on Instagram, you should, because they are big anti Ty Gibbs, and every time he fails, they post about another successful Ty Gibbs hate watch. So top tier meme account. But anyway,
Yeah.
yes, 43 is Eric Jones. I was correct. So
All right.
sweet. I think that's good, sir.
That'll do it. All right. No kooky Craig Don't Tell Me this week, but some
Nope.
people got
New
him. So they
games.
got him or almost got him last week. So
I'm still
we'll do some more.
I'm still mad I didn't get the 944. So
yeah, that was very much on purpose of me to do that to you.
I'll never let it go. I'll never get over it.
Yeah, we'll do it again soon. But anyway, Brad, where can they find you?
The internet.
Okay.
Instagram TSISS350. Sometimes Scale Autocast. That's really been it lately. Actually, you know what? I'm going to plug our buddy's forum site, the Gearhead Project. I've been posting there again lately with a few friends.
Okay.
So go ahead and post over there and check that page out too. It's thegearheadproject.com, I think. I should have looked that up before I said it out loud. But I'm sure if you Google search the Gearhead Project, it'll come up. Thegearheadproject.com. Yes.
Okay.
So,
well, you can also message us and get access to the Discord. And then if you're local here, next show that's coming up for Marblehead Cruise-In will be in July. They do that once a month. It's a really good show. Really good location over by the beach in Marblehead. So it's super fun because it's on a Tuesday afternoon, and luckily the last couple months on that random sort of second Tuesday, it's been really nice outside. So
you've had garbage weekends, you might as well take advantage of a nice Tuesday.
Exactly. I am Racing Anger on Instagram and Threads if you want. And then we've got Auto Off Topic on Instagram and Threads, but mostly on Instagram. Anything else?
In my car.
Yeah, go check out Brad's listing for the Merkur. You've got it linked on your socials. So
it's on my Instagram page. Check out my link in bio.
Yeah, exactly. All right. As always, keep cars analog and aim for the roses.